Happy Sunday. Yeah, they still shooting fireworks over here. Yep, they are. Hello, how are you? Yeah. I am. Ooh, I'm tired. I am, y'all. Yep, I am for real. I'm tired, but y'all know how I am once I get on here. I'll be good to go. It's like once I get on here, the tiredness leaves me. So, yes. Okay, y'all. I see we got a few people uh, in the building. Mm. All right, y'all. I'm gonna give people a couple of more minutes, and then we gonna talk about it. Hello, everybody that's just passing through. Yes. Mm-hmm. Let me see. All right. I hope everybody's 4th of July, everything has been good, peaceful, because I'm telling you, y'all, these fireworks, it ain't been too bad. Really, it ain't been too bad. But y'all know, y'all know how it can be. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. So today, y'all, it's like when I woke up this morning. First of all, I woke up late because I had planned to, um, you know, go to church. But yeah, when my friend called me, I was still asleep. Normally, I am up and dressed. But last night I was not feeling the best. I was good. Well, I've heard a few, you know. I've heard not a lot, but I've heard a few. As a matter of fact, when I just came on, I heard a few, but then it stopped. So I'm glad of that. But I was not feeling the best uh, last night. I was feeling okay, but anyway. So I was up. I was up to probably after 2 this morning. Yeah, I was. So then finally I'm like, let me just take me some for pain. So I did. I ended up taking me some for pain. And unfortunately, I end up oversleeping. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I end up just cooking. I end up cooking. I cooked a baked rib, some cabbage, cornbread, and some corn on the cob, y'all. And I even made a caramel cake, y'all, from scratch. Yes. So, but I haven't cut the cake yet. I haven't even touched the cake yet. But I've iced it and everything. If y'all would like, I'll show it to you. But if not, I won't. Okay. So anyway, y'all, it's like once I, got up and, just start thinking, it's like the Lord began to deal with me about, your dreams, your desires. Uh, I bet they did. I love hamburgers in the oven. Man, baby, when I tell you that ribs so good, look at the bones, honey. Look like somebody that smoked them. I'm telling you, both of them. Oh, but yeah, when I tell you them ribs, they just melt in your mouth. So yeah, but um, I had been wanting. I wanted a lemon cake, and then I was like, I wouldn't mind having a caramel cake, which, y'all, a caramel cake is something that my family love. So, like, I can, y'all, hold on 1 second. I need, have, all right, y'all, sorry about that. I, I know what you mean. I know what you, but everything that I cooked pretty much was quick. Nothing really took. The longest thing that took me to make was the cake. And that was because I had to. Y'all, let me tell you, I didn't sift no flour. I ain't do none of that. I took that flour straight out the bag because it was a new bag of flour. And yeah. And I did not, let me tell y'all the butter. This is the butter that I put in the cake. I can't believe it's not butter creamy. Y'all, this is some good stuff right here. But this is what I used. And honey, I put that and the sugar in a bowl, and I just, I creamed it until it was white and fluffy. And I put 4 eggs in there. So something just say add 2 eggs now and add 2 later. So that's what I did, y'all. And after I added the flour and all of that other stuff, then I added the other two eggs. Yeah. But I haven't tasted the cake yet. Yeah, but I'm sure it's gonna be pretty good. You know, I have faith that it's gonna be pretty good, y'all. But yeah, um, yeah. When I got up this morning, it was like the Lord began to deal with me about people following their dreams and their desires, and some people feel like they have gotten too old to pursue the things that they desire to do. And I'm just that's just not so. Like even myself, like I have some things that I really desire to do, and I'm trusting God that everything that I have desired to do is going to come to pass. Is it going to come past tomorrow? Probably not. But in the near future, everything that I desire is going to come to pass. But sometimes, y'all, we have to have patience. Sometimes we just anxious. We overly anxious, and that's not good. But that's just us being who we are. That's all it is. So anything, I don't care how far fetched it seems. It does not matter. If it's something that you desire to do it. Yes. You have to have I'm telling you, if you don't have the patience, man, I'm telling you, and then some things you desire to do, you got to push people out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because people will enter your life and they will hinder your blessing. They will try to hinder the move of God. You know what I'm saying? And you have to push those people away and don't even think about it. Just do it. Because if they're not going to help you to get to your destiny, all of us are designed different. And we all have a destiny out here. And anybody that is not going to put forth the effort to help you to get to where you need to be, what is the point? What is the purpose? You defeating everything. So you want to deal with people that want to see you up here. Up here and not down here. Because it's easy to find somebody that wants you down here. But find somebody that wants to elevate you, help to push you into the next level, the next realm of life. I'm telling you, because God has so many great things in store for us. So many. But it's like some of us, I will say, have gotten to a certain age, and now that we have reached this age, we feel like it's over. You know what I'm saying? That whatever we have not done, that we just won't do. And that's just not the truth. Now, you may have to make some sacrifices in order to get those things done. But you can still get it done. You can still get it done. You just got to press. It is never too late. I don't care. It's not. If some of the things that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, some of y'all know that's been here for a long time. Some of you don't know because you're new. But I'm telling you, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot just day to day. Just dealing with life. Sometimes it's just not easy. But we still have to put forth the effort and push our way. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's something in your heart that you really desire to do, whatever you need, it's in you. I'm telling you, it's in you. Sometimes you just got to dig deep to get to it. But it's in you. And I'm telling you, when you begin the process of trying to get these things done, God will send people your way that will help you to push you. Because anything that you do, eventually you're going to need somebody. You're going to need some help. And I'm telling you, God will open great doors for you. But like the word of God say, oh ye of little faith. Hello, how are you? We have to push. We have to. I mean, it does not. It doesn't matter because I'm telling you, you always gonna have people that you run into, or even maybe people that you deal with. God have given us discerning spirits, and just because a person a he and ha in your face, that just does not mean that they want the best for you. It just don't. So if I don't care if this person has been in your corner, it seemed like, because sometimes a picture can make things look like a person has been there in your corner, but all the time you really been in their corner, you know. So you can't you have to pay attention to every little thing, because some people, baby, they gonna want to see you excel, go, and then some people gonna be like, whoop-de-doo. They don't really care, because they feel like that's your vision, so they could care less. But that's good. That's good that they don't care. And that's good that they showing you that they don't care, because now see, God is weeding out the ones that's not for you. He weeding them out. When God show you something, believe it, stand on it. I don't care what nobody say, stand on it. I'm telling you, because if God showed you something, if he told you something, it's coming to pass. It is coming to pass, y'all. So whatever y'all desire to do, push forward. I don't care. I don't care how old you is. I don't care if you 60, 70. Push forward. It ain't too late. It is not too late. There is definitely things that I desire to do and that I'm going to do. Not only just desire to do, business-wise. Yes, some of you all have great visions, but you feel like, man, I should have did this, years ago. It wasn't your season years ago. You in your season right now. It wasn't your season years ago. God was preparing you and prepping you for a season, for a time like this. This is your season. So I don't care I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I'm talking to somebody. Because somebody got some ideas out there that they feel like, man, this ain't going to work. Ain't nobody going to want this. When there's people out there looking for it. They looking for it. So all you have to do is just make up your mind that you're going to put forth the effort. And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, that everything is going to be dropped in your lap. That's definitely not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you don't try it, if you don't push for it, you will never know. You will never know the outcome. It's so many people out here that is meant to be multi-billionaires. I didn't say million, I say billionaires. But because of fear, they'll never make it. And it ain't because they don't have the knowledge or the know-how, because this is the thing, y'all. If God called you, he qualified you. For whatever the mission is, you already qualified. Without that piece of paper, you qualify because that's how God is. If God said it is so, so you can't worry about what the next man say. You can't. It just don't matter. It don't. I'm telling you, when I make up my mind to do something, which there are some things that I've made up my mind to do right now, but it just ain't my sharing season. But eventually I will be able to share everything with you all. Like, yes, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And then some of you, like, it's things that you desire to do, but then you go off, instead of you taking those thoughts to God and talking to him and praying with him about it, you take it to somebody else. You take it to man, or you know what I'm saying? And then what they do is they listen to your whole vision, because you break it down to them. They listen to everything you got to say. Give them a couple of months. Then in a couple of months, you still ain't did nothing. So they waiting to see if you gonna move on what you told them, or if you just gonna sit on it. Because you done gave them a great idea. So now they gonna work it. They gonna work your vision and make your money that you're supposed to be making. But because you shared it with somebody that you thought was your buddy, now they making the money. And you're mad because you sat on it. You sat on it and you had no business sharing it with them. Sometimes you get a vision and you just talk too much. Sometimes you got to learn how to keep your mouth closed. And when you need somebody to talk to the good Lord. Stop opening your mouth and running your mouth to these folks out here. Because all they want to do is what? Catch the tea, as they say. That's all. That's it. And then you done gave them your idea, your money maker. And now they out here making the money. And now you upset because you gave them the idea. But are they going to give you credit for that? No, they're not. They're not going to give you no credit at all. Are they going to give you any of the benefits? No, they're not. No, they're not going to do that. They ain't going to do it. Because they feel like if you wanted it, you should have went after it. And you didn't. You just sat on it. You shared it with them and you didn't even move. That was it. Y'all, that's my ice maker. Yeah, you know, like, come on now. Come on. If you got the vision, it's yours. It's yours. It's your vision. But if you don't do nothing with it, somebody will take your vision and run. They'll run with it. And then you will see they stuff popping up all over the place. All over the place. Why? Because you gave them all the tools. You gave them everything they needed to work with. Everything. You even told them where they can go to probably get some help. You knew this, but you still didn't do it. You had all the information. You had all the contact people. And you gave it to them. And they did it. So you have to use wisdom. When God gives you a vision, you can't be out here telling everybody about your vision. Now, once you get the vision activated and stirred up and, you got some things in your name, then yes, go on share it. Go on share it, because now time is going to come when you're going to need help. You're going to need outside help. But before you need that outside help, you got to build and do what you need to do on the inside first. You got to do that on the inside first. Then you open it up for what they say, the public. Then you talk to this person and that person and this person, and let them put their input on it. Because y'all, sometimes you'll get the vision, but then somebody else from way over there can come in and they can look at your vision and they can organize your vision a little better than what your setup was. You cannot get offended by this. You have to learn how to accept criticism. Because in any business, criticism is going to come, no matter what type of business it is. Sometimes people they have a greater eye for things than you do. And you just have to accept that and be thankful for it. Be thankful that they came and told you, well, if you switch this around, instead of you making $5, you can make $25. Don't that make sense? But you have some people that are so stubborn and they want to make sure they only do things their own way, instead of them taking the criticism and running with it. They're going to continue to do things their way. And instead of making $25, they're going to make just the $5. Y'all, come on now. Make that make some type of sense. It makes absolutely no sense, but there is some people that are like that. If you all don't mind, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified so that every time I go live or upload a video, that you will be the first to know. Yes. But back to the story. So, y'all, whatever it is, y'all, if you desire to do something, just do it. Don't wait on nobody. Don't be like, oh, man, I wish I just had some help. Everything that you need is within yourself to get started, at least. Everything. Sometimes you just got to get on the phone and talk to different people. You got to call different places. You just got to do these things. You got to network. Then once you get things going, I'm telling you, man, your help will just come. It'll come. You'll be like, oh, man, help will come and you didn't even realize you needed the help. But that's just how God works. God works in mysterious ways. And God wants to see each and every one of us win. All the time. Not just sometimes, all the time. But we have to put, we have to put forth the effort. We can't just sit back and relax. You got to get out there and work. You got to make those phone calls. Y'all, and me, like, I enjoy talking on the phone to people that I know that, I don't mind talking to. But y'all, as far as having to call this place, that place, I don't like doing that. I really don't, because, one of the reasons I don't like doing it is because I'm just naturally a people person. And it seems like once I get somebody on the phone, they be wanting to talk to me like we just friends. Like, we've been knowing each other forever. So a call that could have been like a simple yes or no, it turns into something else. And that sometimes it just depends on the day. Sometimes that can be very aggravating for me. Even though I keep my cool and I hold things together. But, sometimes, y'all, I just be, but those type of calls, I just don't like making. Business calls, I don't like making them. Now, if I'm calling to pay my bill or something, I don't mind that. But when I'm actually calling somewhere to get information, just give me the information. That's all. I don't, I just really don't be wanting to do all that talking. I don't, but I'm polite. I'm not a rude person unless you piss me off. But yeah, so when I make those calls, y'all, people just, I don't know, they just be wanting to talk, and they be like, well, how's the weather there? And I'm like, ah. And then they go on to tell me how their weather is there and, how it was yesterday. And then the conversation, it just goes and goes and goes. And, I just get quiet, you know. And then they be like, oh, you there? I'm like, yeah, I'm here. But I feel like if I get quiet, they may just be quiet and go on and tell me what I need to know, and so we can hang up. But anyway, yeah, but sometimes I have to make those calls. If I want to get things done, I have to make them calls. So yeah. And y'all, anytime there is some type of opportunity, whether it's business or whatever, sometimes you just, to get what you need and want, you gotta do things you don't want to do, that you just don't want to be bothered with, like them phone calls. I don't want to be. No, cause for some reason people, they'll talk to me like they've been knowing me forever. I don't know why, but anyway, sometimes I be like, am I just too friendly? I don't know. But anyway, y'all. But look, I'm not going to keep y'all on here, but I just wanted to come on here, y'all, and encourage you guys and let you know it is not too late for your dreams. Whatever dreams and desires that you have, babies, put that stuff on paper and pencil, on paper, period. Whether you use an ink pen, a pencil, a crayon, whatever. And go to the scriptures, baby. Habakkuk 2:2, okay? The word of God say, write out the vision and make it plain. Make it plain so that anybody can understand your vision. Anybody. So that means that when you write that vision out and you make it plain, you got to make it plain to everybody. So don't y'all go scribbling and scrabbling. Take your time and write it out and make it plain. Do what the word of God say. If you want things to move and shake, do it like the word of God say. And make it plain for anybody to be able to read it. Some of y'all done wrote some stuff down and stuck it in the Bible and you can't even read it. So how somebody else gonna read it and understand it? Y'all, let me tell you, me, when I write something down and I'm gonna stick it in that Bible, I take my time. Yes. I'm telling you, I take my time and write it, because y'all, believe me, baby, I can scribble some stuff down and I'll be like, dang, go back to it the next day, I'll be like, dang, what is that? And I'm the one wrote it. What kind of sense do that make? That ain't, baby. Yes. Thank you. All is well. Yes. So, listen. Write that vision out and make it plain that anybody can understand it. Because here's the thing. When you write that vision out, you don't know where your blessing coming from. You don't know who God is going to send, excuse me, to bless you. You don't know. So that is why it's important to do how the word of God say do it. Write it out, make it plain. Put it in Habakkuk 2:2. Read that thing. Just read it over and over and over and over and over. Write your, sometimes, y'all, I have wrote my vision out and I had to go back in there and change some things. Because I'm like, you know what? I don't really want this no more. I'd rather have this. So I had to go back in there and change some things. Yes, I did that. That's just like this place that I'm in right now. I wrote the vision out, and I made it plain. God will give you, He will give you your vision. He will do what you ask Him to do. You got to just trust Him and have the faith. I don't care what it looked like. And y'all, I got so frustrated with moving here. I told the lady, I said, oh, I am so sorry to hear that. Man, my condolences. Mm, mm, mm. Y'all, it's like, I'm telling you, that vision. It's don't scribble, take your time. You don't have to be, you welcome. You don't have to be in a hurry. But don't be slowful about it either. I'm saying when you writing a vision out, I'm talking about what you really desire God to do for you. I'm telling you, make the vision plain. Make it plain. Make it plain. I'm telling you. If you got rough handwriting, baby, clean it up. I don't care if you have to print and you can't write in cursive where it's legible. Print, baby. Print. Take your time and print. I don't care if you got to use a ruler. You better make it plain. I'm not saying that your handwriting or all of that's got to be perfect, but make it plain. Make it where anybody. Make it where if a child look at your vision, he can read it and understand it. Now I can't make it no plainer than that. If a 5-year-old, if a kindergartner that knows how to read, cause my nieces and nephews, they can read, and I'm talking about read. I ain't talking about sounding out words, but they can read. Some of them read better than me. But anyway, but I'm just saying, make it plain where the kids can read it. If you don't think it's plain enough, let them kids read it. Let them read it. And if they be like, what is this? And then you look at it and be like, well, dang, what is that? Then you need to take that, ball it up, throw it in the trash, and start writing again. That's all. That's it, y'all. Can't get no plainer than that. You got to make everything legible. Because sometimes, y'all, we get in a hurry and we just scribble stuff down. We scribble it down and then we stick it in the Bible in Habakkuk 2:2, and then we wonder, why come things ain't moving? Why come things ain't happening? Because nobody can understand it. It's not legible. So, yeah. So, go back, rewrite the vision, and do like it say. Make it plain. Y'all, I'm talking about, I don't care if you looking for a healing in your body, if you looking for deliverance for your kids, peace in your home, your spouse, whatever it is, whatever. It can be anything. You may want to go back to school and you might be 60 years old. You might feel like, hey, I just want to go back to school. Do it. Whatever it is that you want to do it. Y'all, COVID stopped. Y'all, it stopped. It cut off a lot of people from working. And they went into early retirement. And I have talked to people that really desire to go back to work because they miss it, And when I first stopped working. Uh, I missed it too. I used to cry because those of you that don't know, I had a cardiac arrest when I was 43 years old. No, I wasn't 43, I was 42. When I was 42 years old. And they, they told me, no more work for you. No more work. And I cried because, you know, I felt like I can do it. But, yeah, I was 42 years old. And, yeah, it's been 14 years ago because I'm 56 now. But I cried. I, I went through a rough time, you know, a really rough time, y'all, because, and I ain't gonna stay on this subject too long because it starts making me emotional. Yeah, it's hard. It's y'all, like, I enjoy my job, and even when I was in the hospital, my clients, my coworkers, they would come and see me, and it's just it's something, and even my boss, he told me, he say as long as I got a job here, if they ever say you can come back to work, you got a job. And I thank God for that. I thank God for it, because it means a lot, it really do. But when they told me I couldn't never uh, work again, um, it hit me hard. It just did because that was, first of all, y'all, let me clear this up. I had been in a coma, and I didn't know what was going on. They didn't look for me to make it, but I'm here to tell the story, y'all, because I went into a cardiac arrest. So, um, yeah, so they lost me several times, and God seen fit to bring me back. So yeah, when they told me that I didn't argue with them, you know, uh, I didn't. I talked to my husband and I told him I really wanted to, go back to work because I was crying, and he like, Faith, you just can't do it. Yeah, it does, man. It just it's one thing to retire because that's what you're doing. But then, to lose your job in that way, it's just, it ain't a good feeling. It's just, it ain't, it ain't. It's just not a good feeling, and it just hurt. It was just devastating for me because it was just so much. Things happened so fast, and I didn't understand nothing. Like I did not understand. Not I didn't understand what I had just been through. I ain't understand none of that. But I'm gonna get off of that subject now because starting to get starting to get full. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone right now. But one day, y'all, I'm gonna come on here and it's gonna be a really uh emotional day, because I'm gonna break everything down for y'all. So I'll be crying and all of that. When you don't have nobody, like, you don't know. You know, you don't. Like, my one of my brothers, he told me, he said, because I had told him, I said, if it wasn't for Paul, I would probably be in a home. And he was like, no, you wouldn't be in no home. We wouldn't let you go in no home. And I told him, I said, y'all would deal with me for a little while and, pass me around till everybody just, said they was tired, and then I would end up back at a home. And he like, no, we wouldn't do that. And I say, well, you know, most of my siblings was married. Uh, and when you marry, basically your spouse, uh, that's that's your life, that's your livelihood. So like, my brother was offended because I said that. But y'all, the truth is the light. I feel like they would have taken, when I first got out the hospital, they would have definitely, like, been there like white on rice. All of them would have been there. But eventually, they would have started getting wore out. Because um, it was a lot of stuff I had to start over. And it just was not easy. It just wasn't. And yeah, it wasn't. So that's what I was saying to him. I wasn't saying that they didn't love me or nothing, because I know my siblings love me. It's like I love them, and I still do. I miss them so much. um but I was just saying, like, y'all have y'all life, and I don't want to feel like I'm intervening, because you can feel that way, and it's just not a good feeling. So I thank God for my own husband at the time, and because he took very good care of me. And that's why come I was saying that without him, you know, because he made sure I was good all the way around. And he would still get up and go to work and would, call me and check on me, ask me, do I need him to bring me anything home? All of that. Come home from work, cook, straighten up, all of that. But I would have did the same for him. You know, the exact same thing. And my husband never complained. Y'all, I would come up with ideas that I wanted to do. And of course, everything costs money. And I would tell my husband about it. Yes, thank God for him, honey. Thank God for him. I'm telling you. I come up with these ideas, y'all, and I would tell my husband about them, and sometimes they would just fail. It just be money just blew out the window. My husband, he never threw nothing up in my face. He never said, now, I done helped you do this business and it's done flushed down the toilet. Never. Never. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. He would just help me. He would just help me. You know, if I come up with another mission, he be right there. Right there. He ain't complain. He just like, what you need me to do? How much is it gonna cost? Yeah, so, that's why I'm like, like I desire to definitely uh be married again. But it's gonna take a special somebody uh for me. People that I communicate with, they say, girl, you just spoiled. No, I'm not. I feel like I just know what I want. I don't feel like that that is spoiled. And my husband wasn't perfect, but he was perfect for me. Um so yeah, I know what I like, I know what I don't like, and I don't have a problem with telling the person. Like, no, I ain't gonna, I'm not one of them people that'll sit up and act like I enjoy this and that and know good and doggone well I don't like it. I'm gonna just gonna tell you. So if that's something that you just got to have in your life, then we already know that I'm not the one. Keep it moving. But a lot of people not like that. They'll just accept whatever a person is dishing out just to be able to say they got somebody. Baby, bye. No, I ain't. No, it ain't that serious. Not over here on this end. It ain't. Yep, it is not that serious, y'all. So just don't settle, y'all. That's a whole nother conversation too. About people just settling just to be able to say that they got somebody. Y'all stop doing that. Men and women, they'll just settle instead of being patient and waiting. I'm telling you, you wait on God. Wait on God. And even if somebody come to you and they prophesy to you and they be like, I see you getting married. That don't mean that the first person that come to you and talk about marriage that's the one. Yeah, that baby, that don't mean that. You no, that is not what that means. That just means start working on yourself, getting yourself together so that you'll be prepared for your mate. You know. And like me, I desire to be in a relationship or whatever, but I ain't met nothing yet that I want to be in a relationship with. So I don't even play with it. I tell people that they my friend. Cause that's it. That's all you are to me. Is a friend, and some of them ain't even that. They just an associate, somebody to communicate with from time to time. That's it. So yeah, no, it's okay to keep people in the friend zone, y'all. And then, like, how can you start a relationship and you ain't never even been on a date? I don't get it. These folks, y'all, they start these relationships, ain't never even been on a date. A person coming to your house or you going over their house, that is not no darn date. That ain't no date. No. But I don't consider it a date. But to each his own. A date is when you going out and you spending some money. That's a date. A date is not picking somebody up or y'all meeting at the darn bus stop or Metrolink and getting a bus or whatever to their house or them to your house. That ain't no date. I don't know what that is, but it's not a date. It ain't no date. But, excuse me, some people settle for that. They settle for that. They end up in a relationship, and then they talk about they want date night. Hmm? You mean to tell me you expect somebody that ain't never dated you, and now that you're in a relationship, you think they finna date you? You got to be out of your mind. Hello, how are you? Yeah, I, if they didn't date you before they married you or started a relationship with you, baby, they ain't gonna date you after the fact. They just ain't gonna do it. They just and here's the thing. You didn't expect them to do it while you was supposed to be courting them. But now that he's supposed to be or she's supposed to be the main person or the only person, now you think they finna date you. No, you supposed to start off dating, not meeting at somebody's house. That's not a date. A date is when you actually go out and do things, go to a concert, go out to dinner, go out to lunch. Hell, go have coffee. Whatever. But a date is not meeting up at somebody's house and chilling, sitting back on the couch with a remote control. Nah. Uh-uh. Somebody buying some off-brand popcorn. That ain't no date. But you know what? If that's what you accept, more power to you. I ain't mad at you. I don't have nothing against it. But I'm just saying, it's not a date. So you can't accept those type of things, but then you expect for things to change and get better. You just it don't work that way. It just don't. It don't work that way. If they're not doing it in the beginning, they got you, they don't feel like they're gonna ever have to do it. So that's probably why they went on and got with you because they felt like you was easy. And hey, this is a simple one right here. This real easy. So yeah, you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention to people. Period. You gotta pay attention to them, honey, because whatever you see, that's what you get. Hey, that's what you're gonna get. Ain't gonna be nothing more, nothing less. That's it. If all they do is, hey, go to work, come home, watch TV, that's what you get. That's what you're gonna get. And that's cool, but go out sometime. But if they ain't got to do nothing to get you, baby, they sure ain't gonna do nothing to keep you. Cause they ain't gonna care. They gonna be upset, if you decide that you want to switch some stuff up. Because you didn't switch it up in the beginning. You got to, y'all have to tell people what you want. You got to show them what you want. You know what I'm saying? You got to let them know what you're going to stand for and what you ain't. And it's okay to do that. Because here's the thing. If they walk off, don't let them come back. If a person get upset because you telling them your truth, but they get upset and they just walk off and don't want to deal with it, baby, let them go. Keep moving. Go. Don't worry about it. When they go that way, thank you. Thank you. Because they have showed you that clearly they don't care about how you feel. The important thing is how they feel. Yes, they don't care, about how you feel. They only care about how they feel. So if they get upset because you're sharing with them, your likes and dislikes and all of that, and they don't want to hear it, baby, you better take heed. You better run like hell. I'm telling you, because it ain't gonna get no better. It's only gonna get worse. So yeah, that's just some little simple advice. Make sure you let a person know how you really feel, and let them know. First of all, you don't know no person. They ain't got no business at your house. You ain't got no business at their house. Period. Come on, y'all. That's just period. But we know in this day and time, people move so fast until they invite people to their house like it's nothing. And they act like they've been knowing them forever. And you just met them. Possibly online. Yeah, I was watching this, I don't know if it was TikTok or what, I don't know. Yes, the lady, she said she met the guy online. And when the guy came to her house, she was like, he looked like, he was like disfigured, and something was like wrong with him mentally or whatever. And he had this backpack, and she let him in anyway. And she said that, did what grown folks do. And about 3 something in the morning, 2 something in the morning, uh, she let him back out. He left. She got in her car and she left. And she was scared. She was afraid to go back home. She left home because she was afraid. Because she didn't know, if he had some up his sleeve or not. Why would you get somebody your address? I mean, just why? Baby, you better get them hormones under control. You better get them suckers under control. You done let your hormones get so out of control that you done met this man online, gave him your address, and now you talking about that you finna find you a new place. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But yeah. So she's sitting at the gas station at 3 something in the morning in her car because she's scared to go home. Where you pay your rent and your bills at, you scared to go. Because you done gave some person off the internet your information. And now they done been in your house, up your house, all up in you too. And come on now. Crazy. Crazy. And y'all, this was not no young girl. This was not no young girl. Yeah, this was not. Baby, as they say, a spring chicken. This was not a spring chicken, honey. Yeah. This was a rooster, a crow, or whatever. Yeah. 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 It just don't make sense. It just really don't. It don't, y'all. It don't make sense, y'all. But, one thing about it, grown folks gonna do grown folks stuff. And they gonna do it however they want to do it. I don't care what you say. I don't care, how bad things can seem, appear to be, or whatever, baby, they gonna do it. However they want to do it, they gonna do it. You know, yeah, they are. So, all we can do, baby, is encourage folks to try to do the right thing. But at the end of the day, baby, when they grown. And people move different. A lot of people feel like I'm old fashioned because I don't feel like a woman should approach a man. That's how I feel. So a lot of people, they figure I'm not with the times because, that's how I feel. That's, because see, the word of God say, now this the word of God. I ain't going against the word. The word of God say a man, not a woman, a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. It don't say nothing about no woman finding no man. It don't say nothing like that. So, ain't no sense in arguing with me about my opinion. Because my opinion is thick. That's what it is. It's just, we all have different opinions. That's just mine. That's just my opinion. I feel like a man should approach a woman. And y'all will be surprised how many men feel that same way. Because I have a friend, and when I tell you, it's this lady, she wants him so bad. She wants him so bad till he just scared of her. But like, she approaches him, she calls him, she leaves him long messages, all of that. And he's an older guy, but he's really well kept. He's nice looking, have beautiful eyes. I mean, I'm talking about, my God, they beautiful. And I feel like he is the kind of man that wants to approach a woman himself. He don't want no woman. I don't care how she feel about him. He don't want no woman approaching him. Not in that way. Yeah. It's a lot of, but this is an older man, and yeah, I feel like him. I feel like if you want something, you go for it, But, I mean, I know a lot of, when I was younger, y'all, we was out at the club, and this guy came in, y'all, when I tell you he was fly as hell, I'm telling you. Baby, he had on a full-length fur. I looked at him, I say, man, I need that in my life. Yeah, I was about 21. Hell, I might not even been that old because I was in the clubs when I was young, with my older sisters, though. And I was like, I had never, ever approached a guy before. But, baby, it was something about him. I don't know. I could not help it. And I approached him, and baby, that man got on my nerves so bad. I said, oh no, I will ever. I learned from that right there. That was the first and the last time. I don't give a damn how fine he look, how good he smell. I don't care. I ain't gonna approach him. I ain't doing it. I'm talking about I can want him like I will not approach him. I won't. Baby, I learned from that. I learned. And I never. And y'all, I've seen some nice looking fellas. I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna approach him, honey. I learned. And that been 30 some years ago. Almost 40 years ago. It's been almost 40 years ago. Yeah. But no, actually, I wasn't even 21 because, and how I know is because I had my 21st birthday party at that lounge and he was there. I had invited, he was my date or whatever. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I met him when I was 20. Yeah. And I never did that again. Never. Never did it again, honey. No. But look, y'all, I have had a good time on here with you guys as I always do. Y'all, but if you all haven't already, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified. Yeah, so every time I come on here or I upload a video, you will be the first to know. So, yeah, y'all. But, yeah, so I'm going to get ready, y'all, and get off of here. I'm going to come on here earlier tomorrow. I'm going to come on because I don't really have anything to do tomorrow. I'm going to be meal prepping some breakfast sandwiches. So I'll probably just go live. Oh, excuse me, while I do those. And yeah. Yeah, I'm a meal prep some sandwiches, y'all. My sister bought me a breakfast sandwich from, I believe it was Burger King. I believe she said it was Burger King. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I could have ate one for breakfast and one for dinner. That breakfast sandwich was so good. Yes, I'm glad that you called me as well. Yes. But that sandwich was so good until y'all I got to try to duplicate that sandwich. I got to. I have got to try. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but I'm gonna let y'all see. I'm gonna get all my stuff ready tonight because I think I need to take another roll of sausage out because I opened the one out that I had in here, or maybe I'll just make 3 of them instead of 6. And I think that might be enough sausage for me to make 3 because y'all, each one of the sandwiches have 2 patties on it. And the patty is as big as the bun, y'all. And it's croissants. Y'all, oh my goodness. You talking about a good sandwich. Oh my. So yeah, I'm gonna make some of those and I'm gonna freeze them. Yeah, so I guess y'all can come along with me while I make that. Yeah, I get everything out and ready or whatever. And I don't know, we'll see how it go. Okay. Baby, oh, that I'm telling you. I look, I finally, y'all, I went to the store, went to 2 different stores, could not find no croissants. They was out. But baby, today I got online and I ordered me some. They had the extra buttery ones or whatever. I ordered them, the ones I ordered. I sure did. But anyway, I'll show y'all them tomorrow too. So yeah. So yeah, y'all. I'm gonna get ready and get myself off of here. I already done washed my dishes, so y'all, and I'm gonna throw this plate away, baby, because ain't nothing on here with that piece of cornbread. I'm gonna eat that. But baby, y'all see, bones is clear. When I tell y'all that rib was delicious. So yeah, y'all. I'm gonna get my butt off of here and do a little straightening up. Watch me a little TV. Let the TV watch me or whatever. And yeah, that's what I'm finna do, y'all. I'm finna chill. Yes. So y'all, thank you for coming on here and hanging out with me. Y'all have a good, blessed, and safe night. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. God bless you. Good night.